Hey there, plant lovers, or maybe plant wannabe lovers. If you're thinking about adding a little green to your space but have no idea where to start, you're in the right spot. Indoor plants are all the rage for good reason. They add life, color, and can even boost your mood. Plus, they make you look like you totally have your life together, even if, maybe you don't. So, today I'm going to share the 10 best indoor plants for beginners. Ones that are easy to care for and super forgiving if you occasionally forget to water them. Or, okay, maybe if you forget a lot. Alright, first up, we've got the snake plant. If you're new to indoor plants, this one is like your best friend who's super chill and doesn't demand too much attention. This plant, also known as mother-in-law's tongue, don't ask me why, is basically a beginner's dream. It can handle a ton of neglect, whether you're out of town or just forgot to water it for weeks. Check out these leaves. Thick, upright, and kinda pointy. They're not just pretty to look at. These guys store water, which makes them tough and super low maintenance. Now, the snake plant is really flexible with lighting. It loves bright, indirect light, but honestly, it'll survive in a low-light corner too. Think of it as the houseplant that's cool with whatever you got. So, if you're looking for a plant that's gonna look sharp and forgive you if you don't give it all the love, the snake plant's the way to go. Super hard to mess this one up. Trust me, you'll look like a pro with this one. Alright, moving on to plant number 2, the Chinese Evergreen. This one's a bit of an overachiever. It's not only easy to care for, but it also adds a ton of color to your space. Look at these leaves. Some varieties have these awesome splashes of color, like silver, pink, even red. It's like having a little piece of tropical paradise right inside your living room. This plant is also super forgiving when it comes to lighting. It's happy with just a little bit of indirect light, which means it can thrive in those tricky spots that don't get a ton of sun. And here's the kicker, it doesn't need much water. Water it once a week, maybe less in the winter, and it'll be totally content. Just avoid soaking it. So, if you're busy or you just don't want to overthink it, this plant's got your back. So, if you want a plant that brings some color, is low maintenance, and basically thrives on autopilot, the Chinese Evergreen is your go-to. Plus, it's great for beginners. Like, really great. Next, plant number 3 is an absolute legend for beginners, the ZZ plant. This one's like the ultimate no-fuss houseplant. It's practically a superhero of the plant world. See these thick, shiny leaves? They're not just here to look cool, they're basically built-in water tanks. This plant stores water in its roots and leaves, so it can go without water for weeks, maybe even a month. Now, here's the best part. The ZZ plant can handle super low light. Stick it in a shady corner, or in that one spot where every other plant seems to just give up. The ZZ plant will be fine there, no problem. And watering? This plant is the definition of low maintenance. Just a light drink every couple of weeks, and it's good to go. If you're the kind of person who forgets to water plants, this one's perfect. So if you're looking for a plant that's both stylish and basically takes care of itself, the ZZ plant is the one. It's practically indestructible and looks good doing it. Easy choice for a beginner. Alright, plant number 4 on our list is the classic Philodendron. If you're looking for a beginner-friendly plant with some cool jungle vibes, this one's for you. Check out these leaves. They're heart-shaped and soft, kinda like little green valentines. Not only are they nice to look at, but they're also super resilient, which is awesome if you're just starting out. One of the coolest things about the Philodendron? It's incredibly versatile. You can let it hang, trail, or even climb if you want to add a little drama to your space. Plus, it's happy in all kinds of lighting, bright, indirect light, or even a low-light corner. And just like most beginner plants, the Philodendron doesn't need a lot of water. Give it a little drink every week or so, and it's good. Trust me, it won't hold a grudge if you forget now and then. So, if you're looking for a plant that adds a ton of style, is easy to grow, and doesn't mind a little neglect, the Philodendron's the one. Beginner-friendly, laid back, and it'll bring a ton of green into your space. Alright, let's talk about plant number 5, the Monstera Deliciosa. This one is an absolute showstopper. If you want something that says, yeah, I'm serious about plants, without needing a lot of maintenance, this is the one. Look at these big, beautiful leaves with all the splits and holes. They're actually called fenestrations, and they give the Monstera that cool, tropical vibe. Plus, these leaves can get huge as the plant grows. So, light-wise, the Monstera's pretty easygoing. It loves bright, indirect light, so near a window is great. But it can also handle a bit of shade. Just don't put it in direct sunlight, or those gorgeous leaves might burn. When it comes to water, the Monstera's pretty chill. A drink once a week, maybe less if it's cooler, and you're good. It's actually better to let the top inch or so of soil dry out between waterings. Super low maintenance. So, if you're looking for a big, bold plant that's beginner-friendly and brings a real jungle vibe to your space, the Monstera Deliciosa is perfect. It's stylish, easy to care for, and guaranteed to get people asking, "What's that awesome plant?" Next, plant number 6 is the Pothos. This one's probably the easiest of the bunch. It's like the go-to beginner plant. If you're just getting into houseplants, this is a perfect place to start. Check out these leaves, heart-shaped and sometimes variegated with different shades of green, yellow, or even white. They're not only beautiful, but this plant grows fast. You'll get long, trailing vines before you know it. The cool thing about Pothos? It's super versatile. You can let it trail from a shelf or even hang it. And it's pretty low maintenance with light. Bright, indirect light is perfect, but it can handle low light too. It's really not picky. Now, watering, easy. Pothos doesn't like soggy soil, so just let the top inch dry out before you water. Once every week or two, and you're set. And if you forget, no worries. This one can handle a little neglect. So, if you want a plant that's pretty much impossible to kill, grows fast, and looks great in any space, Pothos is your new best friend. Super beginner-friendly and seriously fun to watch grow. Alright, plant number 7 is a little different. Meet the Ponytail Palm. I know, it doesn't even look like a typical indoor plant, right? But this funky little guy is actually perfect for beginners. Check this out. The base here is actually where it stores water, kind of like a cactus. That means it's super drought tolerant and doesn't need much watering at all. Perfect if you sometimes, let's just say, forget to water. So for light, the Ponytail Palm likes it bright. Direct or indirect sunlight either works. Just give it a sunny spot and it'll be happy. But if you only have medium light, it'll still survive, just grows a little slower. Watering couldn't be easier. This plant only needs a drink every few weeks. In the winter, you might go a month without watering, and it'll still be fine. Just don't overdo it. This plant would rather be too dry than too wet. So, if you're after a plant that's low maintenance, a little unusual, and seriously fun to look at, the Ponytail Palm is your guy. It's tough, beginner-friendly, and adds a little personality to your space. Alright, plant number 8 is actually a whole group of plants. Succulents. These little guys are practically made for beginners. They're cute, low maintenance, and honestly, they just make any space look cooler. See these thick, fleshy leaves? That's where succulents store water. So they're super hardy and don't need a lot of watering. Perfect if you're a forgetful waterer or have a busy schedule. Succulents love bright light, so they're best near a sunny window. But what's cool is you can mix and match them in little arrangements, or just tuck them into different corners of your home. They look great everywhere. Watering's a breeze. Less is definitely more with succulents. Just give them a little drink once every 2 weeks, and let the soil dry out completely in between. They're like, "Thanks, I'm good," if you almost forget about them. So if you're looking for low-maintenance, eye-catching plants that basically handle themselves, succulents are a no-brainer. They're fun to collect, easy to care for, and bring a whole lot of personality to your space. Alright, plant number 9 is the peace lily. This one's a bit of a superstar for beginners. It's low maintenance, and it even tells you when it's thirsty. Plus, those white flowers, they really brighten up a room. These flowers give it a bit of an elegant vibe, but the plant itself is super tough. Those leaves? Not just for looks, they're great at filtering indoor air, so it's a little natural air purifier too. Light-wise, the peace lily's pretty easygoing. It can handle low light, but if you want it to flower regularly, a bit of bright, indirect light will do the trick. Perfect for those shady spots in the house. Now here's the cool part. This plant will actually tell you when it's thirsty. When the leaves start drooping, that's your sign to give it a drink. So even if you forget, it gives you a little reminder before things get serious. So if you want a plant that's beginner-friendly, looks great, and practically takes care of itself, the peace lily is a solid choice. Plus, it's pretty forgiving if you miss a watering or two. This one's all about low stress. All right, we've made it to plant number 10, and it's the stunning Bromeliad. If you're looking for a pop of color and something a little different, this is your plant. They're not just pretty, they're pretty easy to care for too. Check out these bright colors. The Bromeliad has this cool rosette shape, and it can bloom for months. It's like having a little tropical paradise in your home. Plus, the blooms come in all sorts of colors, reds, yellows, and even purples. Now, for lighting, this plant loves bright, indirect light, so a nice sunny spot is ideal. Just keep it away from direct sun, or those gorgeous leaves might get scorched. It's all about finding that sweet spot. Watering is simple too. Instead of watering the soil, you actually fill this little central cup with water. Just keep it topped off and change it out every couple of weeks to prevent any funky stuff from growing. Easy peasy. So if you want a unique, colorful plant that's pretty low maintenance and brings some tropical flair into your space, the Bromeliad is a fantastic choice. It's a fun plant that's sure to get people talking. And there you have it, folks. 10 of the best indoor plants for beginners. Whether you're looking for something low maintenance like the ZZ plant or something vibrant like the Bromeliad, there's a perfect plant out there for everyone. So, which one are you thinking about bringing home? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more plant tips. Happy planting!